What's going on, Jay?
What's up, man?
How are you doing?
Pretty good. It's been a while.
It has. And it's been a while. We've probably missed a lot. But I think we could start this first by going on a quick rant.
Oh, rant?
Yes. Against the California Department of Vehicles. It's a fucking sham. It's unpatriotic.
Very unpatriotic.
It should be abolished. People want to abolish the police. They should abolish the Department of Vehicles. And they should add an amendment in the Constitution where it says driving is a right, not a fucking privilege. Because, bro, believe me, the Department of Motor Vehicles of California, the state of California, over the past couple days literally bent me over, fool, and riced the shit out of me, dude.
They took your coins?
They took my coins. Like if I was an elementary school kid, bro, they got me by the ankles, fool, and just shook me, dude, for every penny I had.
So what happened?
So, my truck got wrecked months ago. Well, last year actually. And I got it up and running. So here I am going like my insurance adjuster goes, "Hey, well, you got to go ahead and once you pay your registration, you just got to change the title on the car to salvage." And I was like, "All right, cool. Shouldn't be a big deal, right? It's not going to be a problem." So I get there, right? And they're like, "All right, well, we're going to have to change the title for it." They're like, "You got the original title?" And I was like, "Yeah, I even got my dad here because he's on it." And they're like, "All right, cool." And then they're like, "Well, you got to get the smog done." And I was like, I got it done last year. I don't get it. Why do I got to do it again? I thought it was every 2. And they're like, "Yeah, but you're re-registering the car." I was like, "How am I re-registering the car?" I was like, "It's already registered. What do you mean?" I was like, "I just got to change the title on it." I was like, "It's not changing owners." I was like, "It's not getting transferred to anybody else." I was like, "It's not being given away either. I'm just got to change it." And they're like, "I'm sorry, but you got to." And I was like, "So I'm registering it again like if it was a purchase?" And she goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Fuck." So she goes ahead and says, "All right, well, you got to get the smog done. You got to get it verified, and you got to get something about like a brake. What is it? A brake certification. Meaning, I got to go. I don't blame her. I mean, you may work at the Department of Vehicles, but clearly you don't know shit about cars. Because she goes, "You go to a body shop to get all this done." I was like, "What?" Which is a crock of shit. You don't go to a body shop and say, "Hey, I need a brake certification." You got to go to a place where they fucking do it, where they're certified. Like, "Hey, we're certified to do all this shit for you guys," or whatever the fuck. So I was like, "All right, cool. Well, fuck it. What's the damage?" And she's like, $320. I was like, "Woman, my fucking tags were $200. How the fuck do I gotta pay $320 now?" And they're like, "Oh, because you're doing a transfer and you're doing this and I was like, "Oh my god." I was like, "You fucking robbed me." I was like, "You motherfuckers robbed me." And she's like, "Oh, well, that's what happens if you want to get an accident." I was like, "I didn't even get in the accident. The car was parked, homie." So she goes, "You got to give up your plates." And I'm like, "I got to give up my plates?" She goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay, well, I need a permit. You guys got to give me temporary tags or whatever, because how the fuck am I going to get around to get all this done?" And she's like, "Oh, well, you can get it all done by today." I was like, "Really?" She goes, Yeah, you get it done by today. Go right now. As soon as you leave, drive around. You'll get it verified by one of our employees. And if he can't verify it, he's gonna send you to the California Highway Patrol. Go get it verified over there, and you get it done the same day. You could just come back and finish everything." So I was like, "All right, cool. I'll go get that done right now. After these fools verify it, it shouldn't be an issue. I go get my smog. I go get my brake certification bullshit, and I'm right back." She even made me an appointment. Like, "Oh, here, your appointment is for 12 o'clock. Just be here by 12 and you should be fine." I was like, "All right, cool." Go around and get in my truck. Go around the building. Wait for the homeboy. He comes, looking at it. "Oh, can I see your hood?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, man." Pop the hood. He's looking in it like he's Inspector Gadget or some shit. Just like looking in there like. And I'm like, "All right, whatever." Opens the door and he goes, yeah, you're going to have to go referral to the CHP. And I was like, why? He's like, that sticker on your door. I was like, what about it? He's like, it's gone. And I'm like, it's faded. And he's like, yeah. How am I supposed to verify the vehicle? I'm like, the VIN number's in the dashboard. I was like, this car's a 1992 Chevy Silverado. It's an old-ass car. The sticker's bound to fade. And he goes, yeah, I understand that, but I can't verify the weight of the truck. And I'm like, it's a 3/4 ton. I'm telling you this. And he goes, yep, sorry, I can't. I was like, are you serious, bro? Just because of the goddamn sticker, you can't verify the truck? I'm telling you what it is. I was like, you could look up the VIN number and it'll tell you the weight of the truck. Really? And he goes, sorry, you got to go to the CHP. I was like, God fucking damn it. I was like, shit.
Did that seem like an effective way to manage things to you?
No.
Keep going.
So I'm like, fuck. I was like, okay, cool. I'll go to the fucking CHP. The CHP was only like 15 minutes away from that DMV anyway. So I was like, all right, cool. I should be fine. Go to the CHP. Get there. Being a fucking law-abiding citizen. Thinking the law enforcement of the California Highway Patrol is going to help me out. I get there. And the girl's like, right off the bat, the girl at the fucking receptionist, she was being a total bitch. Because I walk in there and she goes, what are you here for? And I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, excuse me? And she goes, what are you doing here? And I was like, I'm trying to request service. And she goes, about what? I was like, well, who do I speak to? Do I speak to you? And she goes, yeah, you can speak to me. And I was like, all right. I was like, I got to get her VIN verified. And she goes, do you have an appointment? I was like, no. She's like, you need an appointment. No one told me I needed an appointment. The DMV told me that I could come over here and you guys could get it done right now. And she goes, no, you need an appointment. And I was like, okay, well, could I schedule an appointment with you? And she's like, I don't schedule them. Okay, who does? So then some other officer lady, who was very respectful, by the way, she's like, oh, I can help you out. And I was like, thank you. I was like, thank you very much. So she's like, here's the number. She's like, I can't do the appointment for you, but this is the person that does. She's like, here's the number. Call him, set up an appointment. And I was like, but she goes, but I'm going to be honest with you. You're not going to get an appointment anytime soon. You're probably getting an appointment like in a week or two. I was like, are you serious? She's like, yeah. And it goes, they're very backed up. So you're probably getting an appointment like in a week or two. I was like, fuck. I was like, all right. I was like, thank you. I was like, it just sucks. The DMV sent me over here for nothing because they told me that I could get I could do this shit in a day. And she goes, yeah, whoever told you that's fucking crazy. I was like, for real, dude. So I was like, all right, thank you very much, fine lady. And the other bitch, I was like, hey, fuck you. You know, I hope you fucking choke on it.
The first girl's attitude kind of reminds me of that coworker we had. He's no longer at the place where you work at, but remember how his attitude was like, well, that's not my job title, so I can't
take the initiative, bro.
I can't do that because, I mean, I know how.
But I still...
And I could do it quickly, but it's just not my job title, so I can't.
What do you want me to do, dog?
That was hilarious, dude. That was hilarious, but...
It pissed me off, bro. So it's just like... I'm like, fuck. So, either way, I'm fucked. Like, because I'm like, right, I gotta leave. I gotta go back. I gotta go do a smog check. So I do the smog check. And then I'm looking for some dude that does brake certification. I'm like, where the fuck do I get that done? Like, I go everywhere, dude. I go to a spot. And the dude, I don't know if he thought I was a cop or he thought I was trying to fuck with him, dude. Because I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, this fool kept fucking jabbing me up. Like, he goes, oh, bro. He goes, we don't do that here. And I was like, all right, cool, you know. And he goes, why do you need it? And I'm like, because I'm trying to register my truck as a salvage, you know. So he's looking at the paper. And he's like, you got ID? And I was like, do I got ID? What the fuck you need my ID for? And he goes, oh, well, is this your car? I was like, it is my car, fool. Like, what the fuck? I was like, what do you mean? Like, it was weird. This was like, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. So then I'm like, dude, it's my fucking car. I was like, what the fuck are you getting at? And he goes, oh, I just want to make sure you're not a cop. I was like, what? I was like, fool, I'm showing you the paperwork. I'm not a fucking cop. I was like, this is the fucking truck. And he's like, oh, I just gotta be, you know, sure. And I was like, what is this fool getting at? Like, what does this fool think I'm trying to do? Like, I don't get this fool. So he's like, all right, well, just let me take a quick look. Mind you, he looks at the lights. And then he goes, you're missing one. And I was like, where am I missing one? He's like, you're missing a third light right there at the cabin of the truck. I was like, it don't have one. He's like, yes, it does. I was like, bro, I've had this fucking truck since I was 16. I know what it has. You've seen it. We've been in that bitch since we were 16, driving to school. It don't got a third light. I was like, I know what it has. It's never had that, fool. And he's like, oh, no, yeah, you're right, bro. Yeah, you're right. Of course I'm fucking right, you prick. Like, what the fuck? Dick. But anyways, like, he's like, oh, there's a lot of people that try to come in here and try to do this shit like crooked, And he goes, and we're not really about that. He goes, but we don't really do this shit either, like, we're not trying to do this anymore. And I was like, all right, cool. If you can't help me, that's fine. And he goes, but I could do it for you. And I was like, really? He goes, yeah. I was like, how much? $250. I was like, hey, bro, you and those $250 could go to hell. I was like, 'cause I'm not fucking paying that shit. Like, you fucking stupid. Like, I guess this guy thought I was trying to make this shit crooked or something. Like, my lights work.
Yeah.
What am I trying to do? My lights work. Like, I'm trying to do this shit by the books, homie. Like, I would understand if my shit wasn't working, Or I'd have to go tell them, like, hey, fool, my shit's not working. I gotta pay for this shit, but it's working. Everything's fine. So I was like, fuck. So I was like, all right, I'll find somewhere else. Luckily, now I found somebody, but while I was doing that, I couldn't find anybody. So I go back to the DMV, my appointment at 12, to let them know. I'm like, hey, I couldn't get anybody to verify my truck today because I needed an appointment, which you guys didn't tell me. And they're like, oh, you need an appointment? And I was like, yes, I need an appointment. And I was like, they didn't give me an appointment till like the 18th of October, which is like 2-3 weeks from now. I was like, what am I gonna do? I was like, I need to use my truck. And they're like, oh, we could give you a temporary permit. And I was like, all right, cool, let me get it. And she's like, did you do your brake certification? I'm like, no, I haven't been able to find anybody. I was like, they told me to go to body shops, and body shops basically told me to go fuck myself. I was like, I haven't been able to. And she goes, well, I could only issue you a permit for a day. Oh, you fucking dirty bitch. I was like, really? She goes, yeah. I was like, you fucking asshole, bro. Like, class A asshole. Like, fuck this asshole. That's the best she could give me. A day pass. Meaning, right now, my truck is just sitting in my driveway, waiting to the 18th so I could move it. Because the pass, you have to write in the date. Like, okay, you write whatever date that you're going to use it. So in case you do get pulled over, like, hey, this is my day pass. Here it is, officer. I'm just taking it to CHP, and they'll be like, all right, cool, fuck off. But douchebags, bro. It's a scam.
Fucking scam. California Scam Corporation.
Dude, they're fucking highway robbery, bro. They did to me what they did to that Marine, bro.
And fucking Las Vegas. Was it Las Vegas?
I think it was Nevada, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it was Las Vegas, but I know it was Nevada.
They just make you go through the crooked ass fucking bad infrastructure of a system.
Dude. It really pissed me off.
It's horrible, man. I've been to the DMV, and let me tell you, the DMV does not have a reputation for wanting to get to you on time.
Bro, they don't give a fuck about you.
They don't have a reputation for wanting to make it a convenient and speedy process for you.
Exactly.
It's known for having ladies with big shoulders, no offense.
You're absolutely right.
The DMV is known for having people with big shoulders, no offense, educational purpose only.
Educational purposes only.
That will fucking look you up and down, not like in a attractive way, like, hey, you're attractive. No. They'll look you up and down like, what do you want?
Who is you?
Like, the attitude is just so nasty sometimes.
Yeah, nah, sometimes it is.
No offense, I'm pretty sure there's cool people working in the DMV. I don't want you guys thinking like, don't get me wrong, but
no, some people are cool. Some people are cool. But like I said, like that asshole right there that was fucking verifying my truck, like he was trying to talk to me like very condescending, like if I was supposed to know that fucking sticker needed to be there. Like, it's like, bro, I know the sticker needs to be there. But what the fuck am I supposed to do to preserve a fucking sticker that was put on that car in 1992? Almost 30 years ago, bitch. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to preserve that sticker?
It's fucking insane.
Like, really, fool? Like, you put a sticker on your fucking, on the tip of your dick, fool, and keep it there for 30 years, fool. Without fading, without peeling off, then come talk to me. If you could do that, fool, then I'll be like, okay, I apologize. You're absolutely right. I could have taken better care of this sticker.
That's fucking awful, man. But that's crazy, man. I'm pretty sure you've been traumatized because of what they put you through.
Yeah, bro. I never thought my country would do that to me.
It's crazy. No. It wasn't the country. It wasn't the country.
It was the state of California.
It was the state of California. It was fucking.
I'm so sad for that fucking Newsom didn't get recalled.
It was Chairman Newsom.
Speaking of Chairman Newsom, did you know that he had signed a bill not that long ago into law that supposedly transgenders could be in jails of whatever sex they claim?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
I didn't know about I didn't know it as like an official bill passed and all that.
Yeah,
but I
but
knew
it's
it.
official.
I knew it as people that were like, "Hey, I'm trans." All right, well, shit.
We're sending you to a women's prison.
We'll send you to what you say you are.
Yeah, and that they're giving away condoms at women's prisons because some women are getting raped, and others are actually having like willful sex with those transgenders. I didn't know this.
Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
It's just a video that popped up on YouTube, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" It's like AB something. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Excuse me. Click on it, and that's what it is, bro. Basically, that women's prisons where transgenders are being held, they started giving away condoms. Not just because they wanted to have sex with the transgenders, but in case they were gonna get sexually assaulted by them, they're protected. They can at least say like, "Hey, bro, it's gonna come down to it, I guess. Wear the rubber at least."
Wow, dude. Well, that's Newsom for you.
Can you believe that?
I believe it. It's not that like surprising and new.
I couldn't believe that. I was just like, I didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to remember, there was claims that I can't verify. Like, if I didn't do much research on this topic, but there was claims that that in certain states, cough, California and New York, they released a fuck ton of prisoners because they didn't want people to get the coronavirus in prison.
No, they did that here in California.
So they're like, fuck it, just release them. We're like, you sure that's what we should be doing? Like,
and they reoffended.
Like, these guys are dangerous. I said, release them.
Yeah, and a lot of them reoffended, and some even committed murder.
You see, but
that's why I say there should be no cash bail. Like a no cash bail policy, they shouldn't have that. No, you want to get out, but you're going to pay. Because how many people reoffend as soon as they're back out?
Yeah, but again, to push back a little bit on that, it's just in favor for people that could afford. So it's basically like there's a saying that if there's a fine or something you got to pay, like when you commit a crime, then it's really only illegal for poor people. Because people that have money, it's like they're like, okay, I could afford the fine, so it's basically legal for me. Whereas a poor person, it's like it's illegal for them to do this. For me, it's like,
I mean,
it's almost like I defy the law just automatically because of my money.
Okay, but the counterpoint to that is there's a lot of poor people that do fraud that have money. They're not necessarily rich. They got money off of fraud, so they have the money to cover for it.
Like who?
What do you mean?
You said there's a lot of poor people that commit fraud.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that have done that.
To get out of jail?
Yeah. Where before they get busted, they already have, because they've already been committing fraud, they have money already on the side to where if they get busted, hey, bail me out. And as soon as I get bailed out, I'm on the run and I'm doing my shit in another state. A lot of people have done that. Matthew Cox is one of them.
Again, you want to have like a money bail where you said that so many people are just going to fraud their way out. So who are you screwing over? The people that can't afford the bail and don't know how to do fraud. So you're still screwing over just poor people that can't afford it. They can't afford it through financial means, and they can't do it through fraud.
Well, yeah, some people can't afford it because they fuck off their money stupidly. Because we got to think about it. A lot of people that also can't afford the bail are sometimes the drug dealers, where it's just like, hey, you have money. You had money because you were doing good money when you were dealing drugs. It's a lucrative business. You fucked up by throwing that shit out in the strip club or spending on whatever the fuck you're going to spend it on when you could have saved it. That's not necessarily like, oh, it's affecting the poor. It's affecting your bad fucking spending habits. You decide not to save your money when you're committing crime by selling drugs.
And even those people how many of them can afford to call somebody and be like, just bail me out? Oh, I got you.
Okay, but think about it. Those people, that money's theirs. They got to put something up. When you bail somebody out, you got to put something up.
Right.
That's collateral.
Pay you back.
Exactly. You think somebody's going to go ahead and say, hey, yeah, bro, you fucked off all your money dealing drugs, so you don't got a single dime, but I'm going to put up my house for you, fool. So you could bail out and go on the run. Yeah, fool, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that real quick.
So again, who's getting screwed over? It's people that can't afford bail and people that don't have fraudulent ideas of where to get the money.
I agree with that.
So it's people
but I'm
that
saying
just
it's like,
can't afford it.
It's like not necessarily a rich thing. That's what I mean. Like, it's not necessarily a rich thing.
No, I know. I
'Cause
didn't say it was just
you don't need
rich.
you don't need to pay the entire fucking $100,000 you got to pay. You only put up 10%.
Yeah, I know that.
So it's like, it's not necessarily a fucking rich poor thing, dude. There's people that haven't been able to get out for over $50 they got to put in for bond. It's actually a real thing. There's people that can't get out over $50 on bond, which is like, hey, they just can't get out. One, because they don't have the money, and two, they've either fucked off their whole relationships with people that no one would be willing to drop in $50, which some people may be like, bro, that's nothing. Of course it's nothing. But it's probably the principle of how bad this will fuck people over that they said, hey, even if it was 20, I wouldn't give it to you.
Yeah, I think it should matter to like how much are you really a danger to, like how bad is the crime to where like, dude, you murdered somebody and think we're just gonna let you go out?
But do you really want to do that gamble? How many people, like, clear example, Kamala Harris, when she released I think she released like 6 inmates. 2 of them that went back in for murders, their offense was drug dealing. It's a gamble.
Yeah, dude, but again, that's like, let's make driving illegal because some people die on the road. You don't know. Like, if someone's prior crime was non-violent and then you bail them out and then they go commit something violent.
Yeah, but I think that's a bad comparison.
What's the bad comparison?
The bad comparison about the cars. That's what
it's not a comparison. It's an analogy.
Okay, well, I thought that was a bad analogy.
How is it bad?
I think it was bad comparison.
In order to protect, you can't protect everybody.
I mean, the same thing.
I wouldn't expect this because you're like, like open up the business. You were more open up the business when it came to coronavirus than me. I was more like, hesitant. I was like, damn, are you sure we're risking people's lives?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's a similar to where you stand on COVID and letting people just go out there and just be safe and cross your fingers. That's how I feel about bail. It's like, if your prior crime was something like a white collar crime or whatever, and you get bailed out and then you go fucking commit a mass murder, it's like, well, dude, don't look at me. What the fuck was the warning signs? This guy just snapped and did some bullshit. But I don't think that because we risk that, then let's just keep everybody on a money bail system. That's just where I stand on it.
I think it still would be a money bail system. I feel like it should be.
No, I understand. I mean, it's a difference of opinion.
Yeah, because there's a lot of instances where it's just like you could prevent a lot when it is a money bail system, because it's like, yeah, these fools get out. Because even when it comes to murder, you can still bail. If you get arrested for bail, you could still bail out. Like, it's not something that's far out there. There's people that have been put up in bail where it's like their bail amount hasn't been as high as, let's just say, fucking Richard Ramirez, where his bail amount was like $5 million or more, I think. There's some people that have committed murder where their bail amounts were like...
Wait, who? Richard Ramirez?
Richard Ramirez.
They offered a bail?
Yeah.
See, that's where I feel like, dude,
they do no bails. They do
stupid
only,
motherfucker in prison, bro.
They only give no bails for when they're flight risks. When it's just like, hey, this person's a flight risk, where they've caught this fool before and he fled from the law, or they issued a warrant on this person and they fled from the law. They get you, they'll be like, hey, nah.
And that makes so much sense to me. That makes all the sense in the world to me.
But they have to petition to the judge first. The judge has to say, show me he's a flight risk. Hey, look, we issued a warrant for his arrest this day and this day. We want to go issue it and go serve it. And this fool boned out on us and he was on the run for 3 years. Okay, yeah, fuck it.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard of a case where like there was a manhunt for a person.
Matthew Cox.
No, hold on. A manhunt for a person, and then they went to jail and they still issued a fucking a bail. Matthew Cox did it like that?
Oh no, he didn't get bailed out.
Yeah, you see, because it's like, dude, look at all the resources we burned through catching this fuckface, and we're just gonna bail him out. I think no bail for that fuck.
Yeah. No, but you'd be surprised. There's some people that do issue. Look at what happened to fucking what's this fool's name? OJ Simpson. He ran from the cops while he held his homie at gunpoint in the Bronco. Ran from the cops on the freeway, and he was still released on bail. Well, he was able to be in his house while he was on trial. What was his excuse? I was scared. So it's like we can't say like, oh, bro, you got like, yeah, that judge was stupid enough to say, yeah, we'll let you bail out.
Yeah, sometimes judges are pretty fucking funny, man.
Like, we'll let you bail out, bro.
Like they're fucking hilarious.
We'll let you bail
But
out.
look at that example. You said somebody was held on bail for like $50 and couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
So how many people are held in jail for low ass amounts? Whatever the charges are, maybe it's a violent charge, maybe it's not, but for a little ass amount, and it's like, wow, I can't even get out, like, be with my fucking family, make sure things is getting organized while I'm here, or going through this process. Wow, I can't even go back to jail for fucking $50. Like, you're keeping me in the same place where you keep people that are fucking murderers and rapists and all that for 50 fucking bucks.
Okay, I may be wrong here, but it seems like you're generalizing everybody. I don't think everybody is hoping to get things arranged at their house. I feel like I would say at least 50% of those people just want to get out. They have nothing to go to. They have no family to go to. They just don't want to be in jail because they hate the system.
Who wants to be in jail?
Nobody. But I'm saying, like, I don't think they want to get out of jail because I want to see my family. I want to make sure everything is running smooth and everything's going good. They just want to get out, like, hey, bro, I'm trying to get out and get high again, or I'm trying to get out and party, or
whatever they're trying to do. Whatever they're trying to do. Look, I'm also not saying that I'm on in jail for fucking $50. I just want to go to church. I'm not also saying
go to church.
I'm also not saying like, oh, they just want to go and fucking help the community and like, oh, $50 I can't go and do community service. No. Yeah. But like, for an example, oh, you said they want to get high. I'm also not generalizing, saying like, oh, they just want to get out because they're scratching and itching and go commit another crime.
No, I know you didn't.
So whatever it is that they're like, dude, for $50, whether it's I want to go have a fucking affair on my wife or whatever, for $50 I'm being held here. It's ridiculous. Whether they're trying to do something super like pro community or something, just I want to go home, fucking pop some beer and just chill and hang out and jerk off. Yeah. Like whatever it is.
And that's where
it's ridiculous for me to say
the counterpoint is
for $50.
But that's where the counterpoint is. It's like, you committed a crime. You think you're going to be able to enjoy your freedom if you committed a crime?
What I am curious about is what kind of crimes can you be held on, like, or on bail? Is it non-violent and violent?
It's any.
It's just any crime.
Any crime.
Yeah, you see, for me, for non-violent crimes, I scratch my head and I'm like, dude, I don't know what the fuck is a money bail for.
The only reason I say money
it's
bail
really just so the system gets money off them.
Yes and no. It's like, yes, they do get money off, but at the same time, they could be potential fraudsters, because even if it's a non-violent crime, there's many people, like that one dude that they based the movie Catch Me If You Can off of. The movie said, I don't know if the movie's right, because I heard the movie's wrong, but they say supposedly he bailed out and he fucking fled, and they caught him again. But then they say that in real life, like, no, they caught him when they never let him out. That he had to finish the sentence. It's said. I don't know.
I am curious to know what kind of people take flight when they've been given bail. I want to know what percentage it is.
A lot, dude.
No, but I said
drug
percentage.
dealers, white collar crimes.
What percentage?
Fucking.
What
rapists.
Percentage are granted bail and they're like, you know what, dude? Fuck that. I'm on the run. I'm interested in knowing that.
I don't fucking know.
You're not interested in knowing that?
I mean,
you don't think it matters?
I don't know what it matters on.
Well, we're talking about being a flight risk. So it's like, what are you risking? People running away. Well, how many people that get access to bail run away? I'd be curious to know that.
I don't.
Is it like 50%? Like, dude, you're risking half of these motherfuckers like not returning to court. Is it 80%? Most people don't return.
Okay, so right off the bat, it says less than 40% of people who can't make bail on their own will see their case dismissed or resolved without adding to their record. Only 40% will plead guilty if they have a bail bond. Not getting bail means you'll spend a little more than 2 weeks in jail. If you cannot obtain a bail bond, you're overwhelmingly likely to plead guilty, which is true. Almost 90% of those who post bail will avoid a criminal record or even have their case dismissed. But I'm trying to find out.
I don't think it'd be a high percentage, because then people would be like, why the fuck are we just letting people go home while they're waiting on their trial?
Because the thing is, it's like you said, it's business. Because the thing is, the government doesn't necessarily receive the money. They receive the money through the bondsman. So let's say you're the bondsman, I'm the judge, you're bailing out Butters. You say, hey, I'm right here, I'm giving you the $500,000. We're bailing him out for the remainder of his tenure until he's either found innocent or proven guilty or whatever. All right, cool. If he doesn't return, if Butter doesn't return, I keep the money. It's just like, hey, your guy didn't return. Like, it's like a trust thing. Once this fool fucking returns, we give you back the money. Like, okay, this fool came back.
It's like a mortgage.
Yeah, kind of like that. We'll give you back. We'll give you back the money. But you made your money as a bondsman. You made your money by charging him 10%. You said, hey, I'm getting you out, fool, but I'm charging you 50K. All right, cool. I'll give you 50K. So instead of getting back your 500K, now you're getting 550 back. But then that's where collateral comes in. What if he runs? How are you gonna get your money? Hey, well, your mom put up the house. I'm taking the house. And now instead of getting 550K back, you're getting whatever the house is worth. You're getting a car. You're getting whatever they put up for collateral. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, well, ultimately, I do think it depends on the crime. If it's like some major shit like fucking murder, rapist, I don't think there should be bond. Even if it's a fucking money bond, there shouldn't be bond.
That's good. I could agree with that.
But I think if it's like some low level ass shit, like, oh, you got in a bar fight and you fucking socked somebody, but they also socked you and now you're being held in jail, and it's like, oh, I can't afford the bail, but I have a job and I have kids or whatever. I'm gonna be here for fucking 2 extra weeks. My employer's like, dude, fuck you. You're getting on my nerves. This was the last fucking final straw. You're fired.
See, look,
so I'm fired. I'm sitting in my fucking jail cell. My fucking Sally wants to suck my dick, and I'm just like, dude, I got in a bar fight.
And I got Leroy over here eyeing me out in the corner.
I just got in a bar fight, dude. Like, fuck. They were talking shit about my wife and then my country. I let the wife comment slide. You fucking talk about my country. Boom. It was lights out for that guy.
Fucking teeth kicked in, bro.
And then his homeboy fucking broke a bottle on me. I got knocked out for a few minutes, came back.
And I'm in jail.
And then Exactly.
See, the way you worded that way, I agree with that much better. Because before you didn't say...
No, always with your you didn't say, so I fucking make my irrational.
No, I'm not saying it's irrational.
No, you.
I'm not saying you're irrational.
Go. I want to.
No, what I'm saying is before you didn't elaborate when it came to murderers and rape and rapists like that.
I did. Just a couple minutes ago, I told you, I was like, for murders or something, there should be. Like, they should just be held.
Okay, I might have missed.
Like, even like, let's say you and also for people that have been like in a manhunt for them. Like, dude, it took us so many resources and years to go find him. Like, let's say a fucking big time criminal, and then the judge goes, "All right, sir, you're out on $1 million bail," and he goes, "Well, I can afford that."
I'm taking it.
And then he just pays it, and then he's out and he leaves.
Yeah.
So I think for fucking huge people that were found through manhunts, they've been fucking on the run for years. Big crimes like fucking murderers, fucking serial rapists, fucking like child molesters and stuff like that. And in my opinion, no bail.
See, like that's when you put it that way, that's a lot better. I could agree with that more.
But that's also why I was asking, like, what kind of fucking crimes end up with fucking bail?
But this is where like I said, playing devil's advocate here. It's like, if the crime is dealing drugs, we got to put into consideration what goes around when it comes to dealing drugs. You have to go after motherfuckers that don't want to pay you. You hurt people that don't pay you. You eventually get robbed, or you rob other guys for their shit. So it's like, yes, maybe that person only got caught for selling cocaine, when in reality he's already smoked a full pack of fucking other jabronis that we didn't fucking know of, you know, where it's like there is that possibility where he talks in jail. Everybody knows there's snitches everywhere, so a snitch comes and says, ACO, I want time reduced because this fool just said he smoked day. Then they're like, really? Yeah. And Stanky Leg, he smoked him too. Perfect. We got this fool. Hey, too bad we're not killing anymore. That's where I'm like, yes, even though the crime may not be violent, there is although slight possibility that this one probably got all kinds of skeletons in the closet.
Yeah, and if it comes out while he's in jail, if his dumbass snitches on himself, okay, get him for it. But at the same time, you can't fucking convict people for crimes they haven't committed. I don't think you should be able to lock someone up for selling drugs and be like, we don't know, he's also probably a fucking human trafficker.
Okay, yeah, so we're not.
What evidence do we have on that?
But we're not locking him up for that. We're locking him up for dealing drugs.
Right. But that kind of didn't really understand what you were saying. Like, oh, he might just be dealing drugs, but we don't know if he's. And then you gave me the example of like someone snitched on him because he killed someone.
I said how when people sell drugs, a lot of other things come into place, where it's like you're robbing motherfuckers, fools are robbing you, or you let fools have it because they tried to rob you. Where it's like there's a lot that goes in when you're dealing drugs, because cocaine and crystal meth are a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's why I'm still like, I still think cash bail should be a thing.
Yeah, well, it's probably more effective. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the way I see it. Because it's like, if there's no cash bail, then, bro, they're going to be letting everybody out.
There should be a panel. Every
so
person
like you're really going to say, hey, fool, this fool just got cut up with a DUI. We know this was still fucked up. We know this was still drunk. We're going to let him out.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and because you know what? It's unfair that he's a Latino and we took away his car. We're going to give the car keys back.
And you know what? He's going to get 2 free shots of vodka on the house right before he leaves.
Like, bro, it would come to that. It would come to that. Especially here in fucking dumbass California, it would come to that. Where because people don't want to be labeled as a racist, they'll be like, hey, bro, don't even trip. Just keep on driving the car.
I hope not. That'd be fucking stupid. But that was a good one. What do you think about the fucking Georgia Guidestones?
I mean, I would honestly prefer to go see them in person. Because from the pictures I've seen, they look fucking huge. They look like they're big.
Yeah.
But I would also want to go when it's cold out there in Georgia.
Cold?
Yeah, dude. Because, dude, the weather's just like Alabama. Remember when we were in Alabama? The weather sucked.
The weather did suck.
It was like humid, sticky, bro. We were fucking glistening like if we were fucking Greek gods. All shiny and shit. Like if we were ready to go to Mr. Olympia.
Remember driving to fucking Tuscaloosa? There was a sign that said Georgia right there.
Yeah.
On the freeway.
Dude, you could literally probably get to Georgia, food. Like, it'll take you less time to drive from Tuscaloosa to Georgia than it would take us from LA to San Francisco.
Yeah.
You'll probably get there much sooner, bro. Like, those states are fucking tiny pebbles compared to California.
Dude, I think it was so cool when we fucking flew there and we were landing and you just see the swamps in the distance.
Oh, fucking swampy ass shit. You see swamp people coming out. What the fuck?
And as soon as we got there, we felt the humidity at the airport.
Yeah,
we were
just
like,
fucking
dude.
Had to take off my sweater like...
It was like if someone fucking dunked a bucket of water on you and then put you in a toaster. And it was like, how's that?
You liking it, boy?
Welcome to the South.
You're all right, boy.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, fuck this shit.
Yeah, but dude, those are awesome times that we were there. We bring it up all the time. Like, it's just fucking such cool vibes. The fucking, when we would go out to eat, the grocery store, that fucking weird grocery store. What was it called?
Oh, Piggly Wiggly.
No, the smaller one that was by your girl's, like, apartment building.
Aldi?
Oh, it was just Aldi?
It was an Aldi.
Well, they're known for, like, being organic, right? All their foods and stuff. Like, their groceries, their vegetables and stuff.
No, they're selling shit that's about to expire.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, they're discounted groceries, bro.
Oh, Aldi's is discounted?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I forgot what grocery store I went where it was, like, known for being, like, organic. The layout was just like Aldi.
Sprouts, maybe?
Might have been, but the layout was, like, was similar to it.
Yeah, I remember I went to the Piggly Wiggly. I still trip out how in Alabama there is no such thing as grapefruit soda. I was dumbfounded by that. Like, I'm here going like, hey, you guys got grapefruit soda? And they're like, for what? I'm trying to drink it with tequila. I'm trying to show these people a good time.
Yeah.
We don't sell that here. What? Like, remember we went to Piggly Wiggly, when we went to Aldi's, we went to all kinds of fucking places, even liquor stores, and they were just looking at me like I was some type of idiot. Like, bro, where are you from, dude? We don't sell that shit here.
That was a disgrace.
I was like, no.
Yeah, but back to the fucking Georgia Guidestones, man. These things are fucking they're the reason for so many people believing these conspiracy theories of like the Illuminati, the Freemasonry, all that stuff. What do you think about that?
That supposedly the Freemasons did it?
Yeah, the because the name BC Christian, whatever, the guy that paid for, but then later on turned out to be like a fake name.
Mm-hmm.
Like people wonder what organization was he representing, or like who was he really? Why would you give a fake name? You know, and how much did it cost to fund this, and whose money was used?
Okay, well, so far from what I'm reading right here, it says in June 1979, a man using the pseudonym of R.C. Christian approached the Elberton Granite Finishing Company on behalf of a small group of loyal Americans. Right. And commissioned the structure. Christian explained that the stones would function as a compass, calendar, and clock, and should be capable of withstanding catastrophic events. Joe Fenley of Elberton Granite assumed that Christian was a nut and attempted to discourage him by providing a quote for the commission, which was several times higher than any project the company had previously taken. He explained that the guidestones will require additional tools and consultants.
So let me get this straight. They thought that this patriot was a nut?
They thought he was a crazy fuck. They thought
Really?
he was a kook.
Really? So just like they thought George Washington was a fucking nut.
Just like they thought Thomas Jefferson was a nut.
It's fucking disgrace, man.
Just how they thought Abraham Lincoln was a nut when he said, hey, how about no more slavery, guys?
It's crazy, man. Keep reading.
Let me see. To Fenley's surprise, Christian accepted the quote. When arranging payment, Christian said that he represented a group which had been planning the guidestones for 20 years and which wanted to remain anonymous. Christian delivered a scale model of the guidestones and 10 pages of specifications. The 5-acre site was apparently purchased by Christian on October 1st, 1979, from farm owner Wayne Mullenix. Mullenix and his children were given lifetime cattle grazing rights on the guidestone site. It's actually quite a deal. Like he goes, hey bro, you'll be able to graze your cattle on this for a lifetime, but we're just leaving the guidestones here. On March 22, 1980, the monument was unveiled before an audience variously described as 100 or 400 people. Christian later transferred ownership of the land and the guidestones to Elbert County. In 2008, the stones were defaced with polyurethane paint and graffiti with slogans such as "Death to the New World Order." Wired magazine called the defacement the first serious act of vandalism in the guidestones history. In September 2014, an employee of the Elbert County Maintenance Department contacted the Federal Bureau of Investigation when the stones were vandalized with graffiti including a phrase, "I am Isis, goddess of love."
What the hell?
What the fuck? Okay, so some people say, okay, the inscriptions. It says, a message consisting of a set of 10 guidelines or principles are engraved on the Georgia Guidestones in 8 different languages. One language on each face of the 4 large upright stones, moving clockwise around the structure from due north. These languages are English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, traditional Chinese, and Russian. That's just about all the languages in the world. Obviously,
well, no, there's so many more, but
okay. Well, the rest of them are well, I'm not gonna count obviously Japanese and Korean, but I'm going by for Indian Swahili. A lot of those are dialects, not necessarily a language. It's a dialect.
And also, when you say Chinese, dude, they got like 300 languages in China.
Yeah, isn't Mandarin one of the languages?
Mandarin is like top dog.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? I think the only place that speaks traditional Chinese now is fucking Taiwan.
What's Taiwan?
The country of Taiwan?
Don't you mean like real China?
Well, yeah, real China.
So when you say Chinese,
the real Republic of China.
Yeah, or okay.
The real ROC.
Yeah, I was like, what? I thought first you were confusing with Western China, or like the other one.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. This is something I would want to see. I would want to go visit this. Just take a picture of it, see how big these fuckers are, because they look fucking huge.
Shoot a fucking vlog.
What?
Shoot a vlog?
Oh, shoot a vlog. I thought you said shoot a frog. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
I was like, bro, you're supposed to be guys so that we're killing fucking shit in front of it?
Yeah, bro, I said shoot a frog.
Yeah, I swear, I was like, what? I was about to say, bro, what the fuck? It took a dark turn.
The one that freaks a lot of people out is keep the population of under 500 million, because they think that it means like, oh, it's a depopulation, like they want to kill fucking majority of the world.
Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. What's the population right now?
We're like at 7.5 billion.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
So we're already fucked.
We're about 8 times the amount that they're going for. No. 16 times the amount that they're going for.
Yeah, guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. What the fuck does that mean? Selective breeding.
Selective breeding, just just be mindful who you fucking have kids with and make sure they're healthy. What's the third one?
Unite humanity with a living new language.
Like
what?
Emojis?
Memes? I don't know. Now that I'm looking over these, I'm just like, this sounds more like they're trying to get to you, bro, and trying to fucking get on your ass about some shit, you know? Like they're trying to start some crazy shit. I think this isn't about like, oh, bro, we're fixing the earth or whatever. If catastrophic event, I think this is like some great reset type of shit.
That's what it's linked to. It's linked to fucking the New World Order, you know?
What exactly is the Great Reset? I don't really know about it.
Oh, the Great Reset?
I trip out, though, because Alex Jones came on Stephen Crowder's show today, and he showed a lot of clips of all kinds of leaders of the world talking about the Great Reset, word for word, saying the Great Reset and New World Order in the same sentence. Justin Trudeau said it. Hillary Clinton says it. Kamala Harris says it. I think a prime minister somewhere in Europe said it. And Biden said it. Where you're just like, what? What is that? Do you know anything about that?
I can only speculate from the very little that I've heard. So listeners and you, we're all going to have to go do our own research to get to the nitty gritty of what it really is. But from the little I've heard, is the Great Reset is basically like this idea or this plan that's going to make the world less of a, like less pollution. But people freak the fuck out when they think that it has a lot to do with like just keeping people poor, keeping people from owning anything, because one of their promotional videos started off with this slogan that said, you will own nothing and you will be happy. So a lot of conspiracy theorists, a lot of people that are like very pro freedom, pro get the fuck out the way, were just like, well, you will own nothing and you will be happy. What the fuck does that mean? Like, you're gonna keep us like as broke people? Like, we're just gonna be like plebs? Like, you're gonna rule over us? What do you mean we're gonna own nothing and we're gonna like it? You mean like BlackRock is just gonna fucking buy off all the fucking homes and no one's gonna be able to afford houses? What do you mean? So
hey.
So, but one thing I do want to mention from my own personal opinion that I want people to ask themselves is this as nefarious as you think? Meaning, is this, when they say New World Order, when they say what's it called?
Great Reset.
The Great Reset, is it trying to pin you down and fucking mass kill everybody and just make the world a living dystopia for everybody? Or is it trying to keep pollution down? I know you say you don't believe in global warming, right?
Just because I don't really know much about it.
Okay, so you're on the fence.
Like, I'm on the fence. Like, I'm not gonna say like, oh my god, global warming is a real thing, but I'm also not gonna say it's not a real thing. You know, like, I'm not gonna say I believe in it, nor am I gonna say I deny it, because from the looks of it, honestly, and from what other scientists have said, it's something that's happened naturally in the earth itself. It's basically like a way the earth purges itself. Like, when there's toxins in your body, you purge yourself. You drink some type of liquids where
you make yourself gag.
You make sure you clean your intestines by shitting everything out. Make sure you're not constipated anymore. You pee all kinds of shit until you're finally peeing clear. People say that that's basically what the earth does. That it does it like every so thousands of years. Yeah. Which they've done it with the Ice Age. According to, like I said, which I've always said when I make this argument, you could only believe in scientists as much as you believe in prophets, because you yourself don't really see these tests and hypothesis and
That's
findings.
true. We only see models, and we're like, what the fuck?
And we're just supposed to take this and say, okay, yeah, we believe it. That's what people. That's one thing that I like to argue with people that like to say science is the only answer, because it's like you've never seen these tests done yourself. You're just going based off of faith that this guy is actually writing facts on his book and on his blog, right?
Right.
You're going off the fact that, oh, well, this guy has a degree, so he must be right. He must be honest. No, not at all. Look at Falsey. Everybody thought he was telling the truth, but it turns out, yeah, he did fucking fund goddamn Wuhan lab that did the whole test and mutated COVID, you know? So it's like, that's the same way I see science. I see science the same way I see religion. It's like, hey, it's kind of faith-based also. In a way.
Not entirely. I was about to say, oh, that's a stretch.
Not entirely, obviously. Not entirely, because there are some things that science has been proven. But other things where you're just like, clear example, the Big Bang. Where's the proof? This is just a hypothesis they're making. The hypothesis is that, oh, waves and gravity and did all this and fucking went together and particles blew up. That's a hypothesis that's been happening. It's not something that's been necessarily proven. They say they have recreated the Big Bang, and that supposedly they actually do have a miniature black hole somewhere in Europe or in Switzerland or something. If that's the case, wouldn't we be dead by now? I heard this story when I was in middle school, bro. Wouldn't we be dead by now? Because according to science, black hole sucks up matter. Isn't that what there is here in the fucking Earth? That it even sucks and bends light, and that it grows in size. So, since I heard this when I was in middle school... But it's a baby
black hole.
Okay, but think about it.
It's a baby black hole.
It's growing. Don't you think... How big do you think it got now in 20 fucking years? I'm like 28 now.
I don't know.
It must have been huge by now, right? If it fucking really did that, because...
Oh, I don't know how fast they grow.
According to science...
But I don't know how fast they grow.
According to science, these things grow depending on how much they're sucking. So it's like, if this shit has an endless amount of matter to suck, obviously it's gonna grow like a motherfucker, yet it hasn't.
Don't you think they since you said they grew it in a lab, right, or they made it appear in a lab, or under a controlled circumstance?
I don't know if it's true though.
I think before they fucked with it, they kind of had some kind of deal like this is how we're gonna do it. We're not just gonna make a black hole and just not know what the fuck step number 2 is. So they probably have some way of this is all fucking not bullshit, but it's just all just skeptical crazy talk or whatever, like, because I don't know which way to fucking go, but they probably have a way of keeping that shit under control.
Who knows? They probably did the same thing with COVID. They're like, hey bro, we're just gonna fucking make it. They didn't think about step 2. They thought about step 2 after it got out of control. They were like, oh shit, we fucked up, we gotta do step 2 now.
Dude, speaking of COVID, dude, fucking it's insane, because look, China's most famous defector says that COVID was released.
Wait, time out. Who's a defector?
This guy's name is Wei Jingzheng. You always bullshit me when I say fucking Chinese names.
Bro, it's because how about we take one step. Let's hold off on this real quick. Let's take one step down memory lane, fool, and tell the viewers why is it that
you said this you said this before on the podcast.
I don't think I have.
Yes, you have.
About Palawan and Salawan?
Yes, one of the earliest episodes.
I don't think I have.
Yes,
I don't remember saying this shit.
Yes, you have.
But at least for the new viewers, this motherfucker had me convinced that the fucking, was it the Japs or was it U.S.?
The Japanese
that did the island hopping.
Some bullshit, yeah.
Oh, basically, Jay was very, very into World War II and history when we were kids. I give him that. He was a very smart motherfucker. He still is. So he would school me when it came to World War II and about how it happened when the U.S. went at war with Japan and whatnot. And this fool goes off and says that Japan attacked some islands in the Philippines. Was it the Philippines or in the Pacific Islands?
Some bullshit somewhere.
Somewhere in the Pacific, they went out to attack a fucking island named Palawan, and right after they attacked one named Salawan. And right off the bat, I was like, bro, you are full of shit.
Which I was only half full of shit.
He was half full of shit.
I was half full of shit.
But mind you, I always believed he was somewhat truthful, but also somewhat full of shit, because I was like, hey, fuck it. Mind you, we're like fucking, 11 at the time? So there was no way of me confirming this shit until, for some odd reason, when we're older already, we start arguing about this shit. We finally go, hey, let's look it up. We got smartphones now. And then I'm like, Jay, you were full of shit. Only one of those countries existed.
Islands.
The other one was made up.
Islands.
And what did you say?
What did I say?
What did you say? Did you say it was something about Star Wars?
Lord of the Rings?
Or Lord of the Rings? Yeah. You're like, so. It goes, I probably got it confused with something from Lord of the Rings. I think.
Yeah, with like from like a place in the map on Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But I was only half full of shit.
You were half full of shit.
And I fucking got that island confused.
Yes, you did.
But it wasn't me trying to be like a nefarious.
No. You
liar.
were no. The reason why you were half full of shit is because one of the islands was named, in fact, that.
Salawan. Or some bullshit.
I don't know which one it was. I don't know if it was Palawan or Salawan.
One of them is real. One of them is real.
One of those countries is real. Or islands. Palawan or Salawan. One of those two is real. One of those two islands does, in fact, exist. That's why I say he's half full of shit. But that's why now, every time he says a fucking country that's in Chinese or any other country that doesn't belong here in the U.S., I think he makes it up.
So I could say Cuba, and he'll be like, "Is Cuba real? Is that real? Is that like? Do I believe that?"
No. Say the fucking Asian countries you've told me.
Whenever I say anything Asian, this guy now puts me through a fucking bullshit detector.
Yeah, bro.
Which is unfair.
I put that shit through the radar, and I say, "Hey, step forward, please, and wait there."
He goes, "Beep." All right.
It looks like you're clear for now.
So anything I mention, it could be I could say sushi, and he'll be like, "Is that even real? Is that a real thing? Like, how do you eat that?"
You can say Mongolian beef. Hey,
I've had that, but now I don't believe it.
Mongols didn't have beef back then.
Dude, I want to send. I feel like I probably said this already. A bit. You guys need to. I've said this already. Never mind.
Said what?
A fucking YouTube channel called Wilderness Cooking.
Well, you haven't.
No. You guys need to check out this amazing YouTube channel called Wilderness Cooking. I believe that's what it's called. And it's this guy that lives in like Uzbekistan, or I don't know fucking where, but like by the fucking that region in
The one that cooks right there by the mountains?
Yeah, he cooks like in that beautiful village, and it's cool, man, because on his YouTube channel he made like a recent post. This guy has millions of followers. His videos, like every video gets multiple millions of views or whatever. He makes the craziest videos.
I think we're doing the wrong type of YouTube channel. I think we gotta start doing cooking.
We gotta go cook in the backyard, bro.
We gotta go cook back there and make some s'mores at least.
Some frogs, some fucking
some frogs.
possums.
I got tuna. I got bluefin tuna. I got a bluefin tuna steak for like this big we could slice up for a minute.
There you go. Yeah.
I've never tried like legit bluefin tuna. I've only tried tuna in a can.
Yeah. Which is really not tuna.
Which is really not tuna.
It's fucking some other
like
shit.
Sardines.
Yeah.
But continue.
Well, this guy has an amazing YouTube channel. Big shout out to him. I think it's called Wilderness Cooking. And basically, he has this crazy video where it's what's the guy from the Mongols? The leader? Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
He goes, this was Genghis. Well, he don't say it. He don't talk. But he goes, in the video it says like Genghis Khan's favorite meal or whatever. So what this guy does, he sets up in the middle of nowhere, like in the back of the forest or wherever, a big ass pot, puts in, I think, oil. And then he fucking dips, I may have some of this wrong, but he dips rocks in oil and he puts it in the pan. And then he'll put the fucking pieces of meat and it's all frying. And then he'll put another layer of rocks.
What?
He's cooking rocks. And then more meat. And then I think he put onions and some other shit. And then he closes the lid. And after he's taking out the fucking rocks, all burnt and shit. And you're just left with the meat and the onions. And he's eating right there. He looks so chill. Like,
what's it called?
Wilderness Cooking.
I need to look it up.
But the video is called Genghis Khan's favorite meal or whatever. And it just had me thinking like, wow, like there's these fucking ancient cooking methods, you know, where you fucking literally frying rocks with oil.
Well, the same thing goes for barbacoa.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you dig a hole.
Barbacoa, you dig a hole and you basically burn it in there and you cover the hole. You make your own fucking
furnace.
Oven. Like your own underground oven.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
But it's cool, man. But I forgot what the fuck I was going with this. Oh yeah.
We're going with your Chinese defector.
So, there's this guy named
his name was what again?
Wei Jingsheng, and he's known as the father of China's democracy movement.
What?
Yeah, he was a big proponent for democracy in China. So they jailed his ass for I don't know how many years, and then he was like, "Fuck this, I'm out." And then he left China. So he has this book called "What Really Happened in Wuhan," where he talks about that in November 2019. Well, it's public knowledge that Wuhan hosted military games. which is like this big competition where different countries, like they whatever, you know, they
the U.S. attend?
The U.S. did attend.
Really?
Yeah, remember that one guy, like one of their top leaders, was saying, "How do we know it wasn't the U.S. that brought it?" And then Trump had to tell that reporter, like, you know, you need to ask China about this. She goes, "Why are you saying it to me?" 'Cause she's Asian. She goes,
"Oh, that's what it was about."
He goes, "Why are you saying it to me specifically?" He goes, "I'm not telling you specifically. I'm just saying."
You're the one that asked that stupid question.
Yeah. Like, you're the one that's trying to portray, like, oh my God, he chose me to say, go ask China. When it's like, dude, I would have told that to anybody. So he goes, and if you ask them, you might get a very different answer. You know, at some point, they've been trying to say that it was U.S. soldiers that took it over there. That's not going to happen. Not while I'm here. Not while I'm president. You're not going to be saying that it was U.S. soldiers that went and started the virus over there. But anyway, in his book, What Really Happened in Wuhan, he talks about that in November 2019, he gets intel from people within the country, right? Because obviously he's not just going back and forth or whatever. But they're saying that, that there was signs that there was an outbreak with a lot of people that attended the Wuhan military games. That even some Canadians that went there came back and they had symptoms. Shortness of breath, fever, vomiting. What we now know as symptoms to be related to COVID. And you know that Beijing, they denied that COVID was contagious until January 2020. That's when they finally admitted that there was evidence of human-to-human transmission.
Yeah, they did deny it for a long ass time.
For a long ass time, and they had their boy from the WHO, the World Health Organization. Remember that?
Like, no, it doesn't.
Dude, it's all chill. Everybody under control.
Fine. It's good.
And he was always. Hopefully this footage is still up on YouTube, but always had to add that little, by the way, China's doing a phenomenal job. They're letting us know everything on time. This is just evidence to show how powerful China's medical infrastructure has become. Like, wow, we should all really just say thank you to China for letting everybody know on time. They're so swift with their information. Meanwhile, the fucking people in the WHO, they're saying the complete fucking opposite. They're saying, like, I mean, they're trying to be super diplomatic. There was video of them trying to be super diplomatic. They're saying, like, oh, you know, I mean, they obviously don't give us the info on time all the time, but I mean, no one's perfect.
That's true.
But what you got?
That is fucking crazy. I'm trying to look for that. I was trying to look for that video, but I can't find it. I guess they got rid of that shit. Fuck, they got rid of it. I can't find that fucking video you were talking about, that dude. Because I do remember watching it when it first came out. But what a coincidence right now when you're trying to look for it on YouTube, it's hard to find. That is fucking insane. Huh. I don't know, bro. I find it a possibility? Yes. I think it's a big possibility, because what a coincidence where they did the tests for where basically they created COVID was in Wuhan. And not just that, the first time when it got really, really known, where there was like a full-on outbreak, was around those months when they were coming back. Because I think I looked up the war games, and they ended in October 19th, the ending ceremony. And it was around November, December, when fucking numbers were skyrocketing due to about COVID. So I'm not going to go ahead and say this was full of shit.
It's just one of the most phenomenal things, bro. Look at how this thing came and turned the world upside down.
Because it makes you wonder, how was it that they were able to get it? They were able to fucking spread that shit worldwide so quickly. And that's perfect. Think about it. Let's say they most likely send what? Each country would probably send like what? 1,000 soldiers?
I don't know. I think that's too much, but...
You think that's too much? 1,000?
1,000 to me is too much.
500.
500.
Because you want to show your military capabilities at those war games, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what it is. I don't think it's just technological things. I'm pretty sure what you also show is the resilience of your soldiers, their capabilities when it comes to combat and shooting and all that bullshit. I'm pretty sure it's something hard to show when you only have 100.
Right.
So I'm assuming it took about 500. You're telling me those 500 guys, it wasn't possible for them to go back to wherever they were being stationed at? Because I'm pretty sure that's what happened. It's not like they said, all right, guys, go home. No, I'm pretty sure after they said, hey, once you guys are done here, you guys are going to go back to where you guys are stationed at. And then they spread it there. And then from there, once those people came back, to their hometown or came back to the States, they didn't spread it. You know, it's a possibility. Like, that's not far-fetched.
It's crazy, right?
That's... Hey,
But
I like that.
let's not forget, the initial story was a seafood market.
Yeah. No, not a seafood market.
What was the initial story?
It was the fucking wild bat market. Where you could buy exotic animals.
Well, that's
You
what
know.
I'm saying. The Huanan Seafood Market. It was like, it's like a big outdoor thing, but a bunch of like small stores, and in many of them you can buy wildlife.
Yeah, it was.
But it's called the Huanan Seafood Market. Even
I
though
don't know.
they,
It's called, I didn't know. It's
even
called
they
the
sell
seafood
fucking.
market.
I'm sure they sell sloths and fucking
Dude, they basically sell
rats
that
and
shit,
shit
bro.
like
sold
that.
Rats, bats, dogs, cats, frogs,
But
snakes.
keep in mind. Well, actually, you know what? That's not even the initial story. You remember at one point the initial thing was bat soup.
Yeah,
Those videos of bat soup.
yeah. They were saying it was because of that.
So people were eating bat soups. Those fucking videos went viral. Like people eating fucking the hair still on them, and people eating the soups. And then there was talks of a weird outbreak pneumonia in Wuhan, and people were like, I bet it was the fucking soups.
Yeah, but remember, dude, at first when they were fucking showing that shit, people were going like,
Yeah, those were sick, dude. Look
straight zombies, bro.
Look back at that. That was propaganda video like a motherfucker,
Dude, but
bro.
yes or no, fool, they were looking like zombies. For like it was Resident Evil type of shit. You're like,
They had people shaking. They had people shaking in hospital beds.
yeah, dude, that was a trip.
They were
When I
probably
saw,
tasering
I'm not gonna lie.
them
When I
and
first saw that shit, I was just like, "Oh fuck, the Umbrella Corporation is coming. We need Leon S. Kennedy right now."
and on 9gag, there was fucking like they were saying, "Oh, what a coincidence! The logo of the fucking laboratory in the same city looks like the umbrella."
It did.
But I don't know if that's real though.
Oh,
I don't know if that's really the logo. At first, I
Don't
was
fucking
like,
tell me that, Jay. Now, fuck. Now
"No,
you're ruining it for
but
me,
dude, there was crazy connections because then there's a book that also I found out through 9gag. There's a book called I forgot what the fuck it's called. But it basically in the book, I think it's called Into the Eyes of Darkness or something like that. The Jaws of Darkness, something like that.
Is it the eyes or is it the jaws, bro?
It could be both. but one of the parts in the fucking book was they're like, oh, there's talks about a fucking a virus that came out in Wuhan. They're calling it the Wuhan 2000. That's what they call the virus. And that it hits the lungs like a pneumonia, whatever. That's super deadly. But in the book, the death rate is super high. And that it comes and it's gone in a matter of a few years or some shit like that. I don't know. But anyway.
Well, you know who called that out too was you ever heard of Sylvia Brown? No. Sylvia Brown she was a sidekick that would come out a lot in the Montel Williams show. You remember Montel Williams?
Oh, that bullshit lady. Was she like a blonde?
Yeah.
Dude,
she was full of shit. Yeah,
she's a liar, dude.
Yeah, just like remember Amanda Berry?
No, but
You don't know Amanda Berry? You don't know the Amanda Berry case?
sounds like a liar.
That girl that was fucking kidnapped and held hostage for like years by her captor, that it turns out they pronounced her dead, and along with like 3 other girls that went missing in that area, and they were inside this fool's house.
Oh, in the basement?
No, they were like in the house, like locked up in the house. Like each was chained up in a separate room.
Are you sure they weren't in the basement? Because
They
I
weren't in the
remember a story. Weren't they released like 4 years ago, 5 years ago?
Probably, but they weren't even released. They were.
Didn't the guy kill himself in jail?
He hung himself. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they were just in the rooms.
No, they were in separate rooms.
We gotta look it up, bro. I'm
Look.
pretty sure he kept them like fucking
He kept them in separate rooms.
down in the basement. But I don't know. Could be that he just kept them in their separate rooms.
Yeah. Well, anyways, he kept them in separate rooms. But what happened was, this fool basically went. The Amanda Berry's mom basically went to the Montel Williams show to ask Sylvia Brown about her daughter. Like, hey, you know what? It's already been more than X amount of years, and I just want to know how my daughter is and what's going on. And Sylvia Brown, she goes, "It's too late, honey. She's dead." She goes, "She's passed on." She goes, "I'm sorry to say this, but she's passed on." Lo and behold, Sylvia Brown's bitch ass dies, and Amanda Berry's actually alive. You're like, what? Yeah, see, look. Castro kidnapped Knight, took her upstairs, tied her hands and feet together, and pulled her up from her hands, feet, and neck. He left her there for more than 3 days without food. Prosecutors of conscious sentencing wrote that diaries kept by the women speak of forced sexual conduct, of being locked in a dark room, anticipating the next session of abuse, of dreams of someday escaping. They were fed 1 meal a day and allowed to shower twice a week at most. The women were kept in locked upstairs bedrooms. where they were forced to use plastic toilets that were emptied infrequently.
Damn.
I told you they were not kept in the basement. But dude, some of these chicks were kidnapped since they were like, I think they were kids. They were like teenagers, if I'm not mistaken. I think the youngest one was Gina de Jesus. Yeah, she was kidnapped. She was 14 years old, bro. 14 years old. Can you believe that? She went missing in 1990. Fuck. From 1990 to 2013, bro. That's when she was released. She was there for what? 23 years?
Dude.
Fuck. 23 years. Imagine being kidnapped 23 years, not knowing if you're going to make it out.
That's fucked up.
Shit.
Yeah, and the dude ended up what? Hanging himself?
Yeah, he ended up hanging himself. That's what pisses me off, bro. Why is it that we make it so easy for these assholes just to fucking just give up and be like, hey, we're going to turn the other cheek. If you decide to fucking kill yourself, you go ahead. Like, nah, like, I would try my best to fucking be like, nah, none of you sons of bitches are fucking going to try anything sneaky. This motherfucker sleeping butt naked to make sure that he makes it to court. Once he gets sentenced, we'll put him in fucking solitary confinement under 23-hour surveillance until we make sure this was not going to kill himself. Some shit like that. I make it easy for this asshole. They basically gave him the fucking tools to kill himself. Where they said, hey, bro, we're giving you like 3 blankets, a pillowcase, and you know what, bro? We're going to give you an extra pair of boxers. Just for the fuck of it. Like,
and then they're like, hey, here's this rope. Don't try anything, though.
It's too high for you? Here's a step stool. Just in case you want to get comfy.
Hey, we're going to lunch for an hour. Don't try anything with that rope and that stool.
Don't try anything sneaky.
But yeah.
Oh, fuck, dude. It's a trip.
Have you heard of those Nigerian scams?
I've heard...
The long-lost royalty scams?
No. What I have heard is something... what the fuck's it called? The Narco Express scams.
What's that?
So basically, it's... You pretend you have a phone. Oh, here. Pretend this is your phone.
All right, this is my phone. What do you want?
Ring, 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 ring.
What's up?
Hey, Jay, we got your sister.
No, you don't. She's right here.
She's going to die.
She's right here.
She's going to die.
But she's right here. I only have one sister.
Believe me, she's going to die.
Dude, I'll give her the phone. You want to talk to her?
She's going to die. Okay? Now, how much money do you have on you that you give up?
I have 300 grand in savings, but you're going to have none of it.
Okay, well, you know what? Just because we're nice guys, we're only going to take half of that. Just because we're nice guys. This is what you call a secuestro express. We're going to give you the location of where your sister's going to be once you hand over the money. And all I want to hear from you is yes, sir, or no, sir. Do you understand?
Dude, I'm going to hang up.
Did I just say, do you understand?
I'm going to go along with it.
Do you think I'm fucking with you?
No. I'm very scared.
Are you insulting my intelligence?
I'm not. I wouldn't dare.
Okay. Well, this is what we're going to do.
I'll do anything.
Okay. Don't make a scene. Act natural. Step into your car. Once you're there, go to your bank. Pull out as much money as you can. We know you won't be able to pull out the 150 grand, but we're pretty sure you could pull out at least 1,000. So you know what? We'll make it even easier. We'll take 1,000. And let us know you're at the meetup location.
And then what do they do?
Click. And then basically people fucking send money like idiots. That's very common in here in the US and in Mexico. They did that shit to my uncle. They called him saying that they had me kidnapped. And the way
he's like, I wish.
No. The way they got his ass was they were like, oh, who am I speaking with? And then he goes, oh yeah, you're speaking to Bob. Oh my God, Bob, your nephew, he got into some trouble and they don't want to let him go. Then he opens his mouth. Who? Your nephew? Sickly? Yeah, him. Oh my god. He got in trouble. He's in TJ and they don't want to let him out. But they say they'll let him out, but he needs to pay the bond right now. Well, what's the bond? $1,500. $1,500. If not, they're gonna they're gonna take him to Elongo. Elongo is TJ's maximum security prison. They're gonna take him to Elongo. You gotta do it. And for some reason, my uncle decided to call my mom and ask her, like, "Hey, is this fool in TJ?" And my mom's like, "No, the dumbass is right in front of me." But that's been a common thing to happen here. So I'm assuming that's what the Nigerian prince scams are, kind of. Or am I completely wrong?
You're a little wrong. So what these motherfuckers do,
oh shit,
is they spam emails oftentimes, and they claim to be long lost royalty.
What?
Yeah, so they'll hit you up, and it's fucking awesome because it's one of those things where it's like, dude, if you fall for this, you're either allegedly, I don't want to point no fingers, but you're either I don't know if I can say it. You're either like, this is I don't know, but
say
it's you got to be very stupid.
Okay, well, say it.
You got to be very stupid.
You gotta be retarded.
So they claim to be long lost royalty. Well, they'll say, dude, I inherited millions of dollars. I'm a Nigerian prince, but I can't trust anybody. I can't trust anybody with my new money. But do you know anybody that I could trust? And then you'll be like, well, I mean, I'll go along with it. You could trust me. Go, dude, are you serious? I could trust you? And like, oh my God, I'm so fucking lucky that I found someone I could trust. Okay, well, in order for me to send you the 100 million that I just inherited, you just have to pay the transfer fee, like, wiring the money or whatever the fuck. Send me $1,000 so I can wire you 100 million. And you're like, I'll do that. So then people will send whatever amount of money they're asking for.
Really?
And so even if it's just $200, let's say, so you just gotta send me $200 so I can wire you the 300 million that I inherited.
Like, it doesn't go into your brain like, but you're a millionaire.
But I mean, that's not how dumb people think, So they're like, okay, I'll send $200. And then when it doesn't happen, people are just like, they got me, fucking assholes. All right, well, it's just $200. So some people, they can write off just $50, $25 as like, oh, I'm an idiot, whatever. But you think $25 times how many thousands and thousands of times these people do it? There's networks of people that work together and be like, let's just scam people.
Smart.
Let's just scam people. Let's call people from all over the world, or email people all over the world, and let's just say we inherited money. That's like the most basic strategy. Oh, I'm a Nigerian prince. I just inherited all this fucking wealth. I can't trust nobody. Can I trust you? And majority of people are smart, or at least average minded, and they'll just say, dude, get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna put you in spam. Don't make me call the cops or whatever. But the people that do respond, well, they're the suckers. They're the people that send $50, $25, $100 to add to their fucking stockpile of money, that they've scammed people of. So they use they use botnets to spam emails, because these people are able to send thousands of emails like per minute. They're not sitting there they type one email up, and they make sure they do it with mistakes, grammar mistakes and shit, because a lot of email services, they have spam folders, spam filters. So in order for them to make it past the spam filters, they make mistakes, grammar mistakes and shit like that to say like,
oh, like typos.
Yeah, to be like, oh, definitely a person wrote this. Definitely
because they have mistakes.
It's not a bot.
Punctuation or whatever.
So they do that.
Hey, dude, that's fucking clever.
That's how they invade spam filters. They buy bulk email lists on the dark web. So you're saying like on the dark web, you can pay, I don't know how much, like $500 or $200 for like 1 million fucking emails.
How?
They gather these from like places where you share emails publicly, like on fucking LinkedIn, fucking Facebook, websites where you're like, here, I'm at this service, you can fucking, I use this, or
like if you got like a YouTube or something.
Yeah, anything.
Holy shit.
So anywhere where people share emails, and I'm pretty sure they fucking steal from other locations, but that's how people buy bulk emails. So
really,
once you have your bulk emails, this is educational purposes only. I'm not fucking in the I don't want to do
educational purposes only. Please, people, do not try to do nothing stupid like this.
And this is all allegedly. I don't even really know this how they fucking do it. So
allegedly.
So I guess they fucking
we've never tried this ourselves.
I don't want to try this shit, but they fucking So they'll buy bulk emails, and then they'll set up their botnets to just send spam emails, send spam emails, send spam emails. And the people that do reply, they're like, "Oh, we got a sucker," and they'll go. Because I mean, dude, to reply to that, it's like, dude, you're asking to get taken.
Yeah,
you're asking, like, you're
taken,
saying, someone here, dude, here, I got $50 I don't need, take them, please. But just do it, you know, serenade me, you know, lure me in. So, I mean, you know, that's a very tip of the iceberg of like this fucking network of people that scam money off, you know, off of people using Nigerian email scams.
Mm-hmm.
And they're called Nigerian email scams because it's like very popular, very common to, for people in Nigeria to do.
You know, that reminds me, there's a scam that's actually common in India that Indians do. A lot of those Indian scammers, and there's a popular page on YouTube. I think his name is Kid Koopa or some shit like that, or Koopa Kid or something like that, where he basically gets back at the fucking scammers, where he either does a ransomware on their shit, where it's just like, hey, if you guys don't pay up, like, are you just gonna get deleted and shit like that. But what their version of the scams is, they'll call you up and they'll be like, oh, hey Jay, I come with I'm from your cell phone provider, there's been a mistake in the account, and we just need to do some changes in it. And then you'll be like, oh, okay, cool. Obviously not your cell phone account, but let's just say you had a contract with them where they did do that. So you'll give them access to your computer. You legit give them access to the computer. They get on your computer, but what they do is they basically take a screenshot of the computer, of the screen, leave it there while they're doing their shit behind that screenshot, and you're not seeing it. So you're thinking that, oh, it's going to take them some time to log in or whatever. But although like very small on the window, it'll say, oh, user blah, blah, blah has access to your computer. But they'll tell you, oh, it's going to say that, but, you know, we're still trying to get in. You're like, all right, cool. You're not thinking anything of it. But what they did is they basically took a screenshot of your screen. So you're thinking they're not doing anything. But in fact, they're behind your fucking screen already. And they're getting on your bank account. They're getting your bank info. Okay, bank info. Okay, this is your bank info. Okay, cool. And they'll be like, okay, once they have it done already, they'll be like, all right, cool. So what they do is they transfer money from your savings account to your checkings, because they can't transfer money out, obviously. So what they do is they transfer money from your savings to your checkings. So you don't really, like, I highly doubt people catch that. So then, okay, once they finish that, they take the screenshot on them. Like, okay, we're in. Okay, as you can see, I'm opening up the tab right now. So they open the tab. They'll be like, all right, this is your page, right? Yeah. Okay, please log in. You log into your account. And they're like, okay, you see there's an extra charge there? Oh, yeah, I see. Okay, so we're only going to return you $50 because that's what needs to be returned to you. And then we're going to keep the rest. Okay, yeah, cool. So what they do is they end up saying, oh no, I made a huge mistake. Oh, what was the mistake? I ended up sending you $2,000. What? Yeah, could you log into your account? You log into your account and you're like, oh shit, I do have $2,000 on my checkings. But because of the shock and the realization, like, oh shit, there's actually extra money, you don't think, let me check my savings. Like, no, you just see like, oh shit, there's $2 extra. So the way they get you with that is they say, okay, so what I need you to do is I need you to return the money because I'm gonna lose my job for this, and if you don't, they're gonna call the cops. We're gonna have to call the authorities if you don't want to return the money. So what you have to do is go to Walmart or go to Target and get gift cards for Apple or Google or Target for $500 each. And if anybody asks you what it's for, you say it's for gifts. Bro, you don't know how many people actually fall for that. Who in their right mind thinks that a fucking telephone provider is going to say, hey, bro, we need the money back, but we need it back in gift cards.
Dude, that's fucking...
Like, people are doing that shit, bro.
That's sad, man.
It's fucked up.
Fucking these scammers, bro.
The scammers are getting out of control, dude.
These scammers.
I think one thing we do need to mention, though, is an update on the Gabby Petito case.
What's up?
Dog the Bounty Hunter has joined the fight.
What's he doing?
Dog the Bounty Hunter, the same man who says he has an N-word card.
Yeah, he said he had an N-word pass.
He had an N-word pass. Because of prison, I guess he said, because we said it a lot when we were in prison. So
Yeah.
I thought I had a pass. Yeah, but supposedly he's the one that thinks that Brian Laundrie is not in the swamp. Because people think he's like in a big old national park. Like where it's all swampy and shit. Where he says the FBI and the local police departments there have been like searching a motherfucker. Like that. It's like acres of that shit. Excuse me. But Dog the Bounty Hunter came out with a statement saying that he's closing in on him because he caught his family, Brian Laundrie and his family, going camping at a different like park or something like that. That's far from that one. That's like I think like 50 miles away from the place where they said he disappeared at, and that there's video evidence that his parents left, but he didn't. So that there's a possibility that either he stayed there with the trailer, or he's camping out there with a tent or something, trying to run away from people. So, Dog is fucking catching up.
Dude, this shit is now solved. Because he's on the fucking case.
Hey, Dog the Bounty Hunter, the greatest bounty hunter of all time.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be an amazing development if he does catch him. And if he does, bro, I have no faith in the FBI anymore after this. If Dog the Bounty Hunter catches this fool, I have no faith in the FBI.
Dude, the FBI is not looking good right now.
They're not looking good at all. I'd be like, I retire, bro. If I was an FBI member and I got what's the word? Like beat to the punch by Dog the Bounty Hunter, reality TV star.
Who needs a key of heroin just to get up in the morning?
Who fucking wears 4-inch heels, fool, so he could measure up to 5'11"? I'd be like, yeah, bro, it's time to fucking hang up the mantle, dude. Like, I gotta throw my badge away.
It's crazy, man.
I don't know. What would you do?
I don't fucking know. Like,
I'd be ashamed, bro. I'd fucking go. I'd get home, fucking throw my badge on the counter. My kid's coming up to me, Daddy, how was your day? Quit my job, son. You just gotta know, dreams are fairy tales.
it's all sparkle dust.
It's all sparkle dust. Get that fairy dust and shove it up your ass, son, because it ain't real. Dreams never come true. And then you just ruin your kid's life. Like, what the fuck did my dad just tell me?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could ruin your kid's life like that.
You're like, what a douchebag, huh?
That's crazy, but at least we know he's on the case, man. So it's as good as solved.
Yeah. Hopefully he does solve it. Hopefully he catches him. We can only expect so much, and we'll see what happens.
What do you know about Sharon, Mexico?
Sharon, Mexico. It's in Mexico.
Yeah, well, it's this small place in Michoacan. It's in the state of Michoacan, and in 2011,
Cheran?
yeah,
CH?
Cheran, Mexico, yeah. In 2011, there was a civil uprising over corruption and crime. So the people there were fed up with just organized crime and their collusion with the local government. They were like, dude, like the corruption is so in our face. It's so evident. You guys are doing nothing about these criminals.
It's getting out of fucking hand.
Like the population doesn't trust you. We don't feel fucking safe. When you guys have the monopoly on things like, basically they have a monopoly on things like self-defense over there.
Yeah.
As far as like, I mean, yes, they say that you can buy guns and shit like that.
But it's a bitch and have to buy them in
But
Mexico.
they don't make it easy for people.
They don't.
They make it actually very hard.
Very, very hard.
What a coincidence that there's so many accusations of governments over there and organized crime being, working hand in hand.
I believe that.
Isn't it convenient for organized crime when you make it difficult for the population to fucking defend themselves?
It's very easy, dude. Like, what do you have to fear when you know you're the only armed group there? Like, when you know, hey, the only person that has means to defend themselves properly is us.
So that means
Fuck these people here.
That means they can kidnap easily. That means they can fucking extort easily. They can rob you easily.
Yep.
They can murder easily.
Yep.
It's like,
do all that fucking child trafficking bullshit they're accused of doing. Like, get away with all that. Taking away people's land. You know, they could get away with all that because why? The farm workers and every other people that live in that area have no means to defend themselves. Or is that for what? Little machetes? What the fuck are you gonna do with a goddamn machete for when the fool has like a fucking AK in your face or a handgun
or a 50 cal rifle?
Yeah, or a 50 cal. What are you gonna do? Be fucked.
Yeah. So in 2011, there was a civil uprising over corruption and crime. Now you have self-ruling indigenous communities largely free of federal intervention. Political ads are banned. Like I was seeing this cool video of like people trying to sneak in with political ads in their car, and they caught them, and they're like, "We're gonna confiscate these. You can't have like little political stickers or IDs of saying like vote for these people. No, we're not voting for you. Get the fuck out of here.
You're out that shit."
They have an autonomous militia, like
Really?
a small community patrol where the whole community knows who's patrolling. They know the guys. Like, yeah, somehow they offer us food. We're chill with everybody because they know who we are. We're not some mysterious group of people that are going to extort them, fucking charge them money to live their daily lives. No, we're just part of the community. We live here with you. We're just community patrol. You know? People fucking offer them like, oh, if you ever need a place to stay, blah, whatever. In the last 7 years, there's been 9 murders.
In the last 7?
7 years, there's been 9 murders. Obviously, though, to be fair, we're not talking about a huge, city.
No,
it's
it's not huge.
It's a very small place. I think the population was like 22,000, somewhere around there.
Let me see if I can find something here. You keep talking. Let me see if I can find.
I think the population is it's nowhere near like fucking Mexico City or no. It's a small place. But think about that. 7 years. 9 murders.
12,000.
Oh, it's 12,000?
12,000 people living there. It's quite a lot. It's a lot of people, but it's not L.A.
Nowhere near L.A.
It's not even the city where we live at. Right here, I think the population is like 200,000.
200,000?
Yeah.
Damn. But it's a very small rural place.
Yes, very.
Small community. No mayor. They have a 12-member ruling council. And people vote by simply lining up in front of their chosen candidate.
Really?
I've seen video. Vice did a pretty cool video essay on this. And the people are literally lining up like, I'm voting for this guy. And there's like a line of like 80 people.
Where you could basically say, yeah, okay, we could all see this. We're lined up for this guy.
Exactly. We could all see who won. This guy got 2 voters. This guy got 15. This lady got 300 voters. Like
everybody else behind this lady. All right, we know who won.
Yeah, so there's you can't say there's no fucking like election fraud because you literally have to be there to vote.
Yep.
And you literally have to stand in front of the person you're voting for.
Yep.
It does have high unemployment and it is a poor town. But they have faith. Like, look, this is a sign. If you get rid of the corrupt state, we're hoping that we can build something. Let this be a beacon for, so people can see what the real problem is. The real problem here is government corruption.
Which has been said plenty of times, dude. It's like everybody knows that Mexico has endless amount of resources, dude. They have gold, they have petroleum, they have agriculture, dude. They have all kinds of things that can make it a dominating superpower. But the thing is, they let the corruption go rampant in that country. It's not even funny. Like, dude, when have you seen here or I think anywhere else in the country or anywhere else in the world where cops basically tell you either you pay me or we'll fuck you over completely by doing all kinds of stupid shit on you? When? Like, have you ever had to do that here?
No.
Exactly. In Mexico, it's like a common thing, dude. Mexico's known for that, where it's like bribery is the norm.
Well, that's extortion.
Where it's known where if you bribe the police officer, you'll be fine. Or, extortion is a norm as well. Where as long as you have something to pay them with, you'll get away with it. You'll be fine. They'll make you kick rocks.
Yeah, because bribery is, I did something wrong. Here, shut up. Mm-hmm. Extortion is, I've done nothing wrong, but I have to pay you in order for you to leave me alone.
No, well, technically you did do something wrong because you broke the law. Obviously, it's probably a petty crime, but they still tell you, hey, pay up and we'll forget about it. You know, because that's how it is. Like, I remember fucking my dad and I got pulled over one time for tinted windows in the goddamn truck on the Tacoma, and the dude's like, "Oh no, bro, it's a fucking, you know, we could give you a $200 ticket," and we were like, "Right, fucking give it to us, dude. We'll pay it." Oh well, what are you gonna do, right? But then after he goes, "We don't have to do all that." He goes, "You know, I'll save you the trouble." He still fucking made it seem like he was doing us a favor. He's like, "I'll save you the trouble," you know. He goes, "Just break us off, like my partner and I, with $20 each, and we'll call it even." Fuck it, bro. Here, take it, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
It's crazy, man.
Like, it's a trip, man. I think it's a big issue. Corruption is a huge issue in Mexico. And like you said, maybe they are onto something. Maybe now that things have gotten, it seems like it's gotten much better ever since they did that rebellion or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and kicked out the federal government. Things have gotten better for them. Dude, 9 murders in 7 years? That's improvement. Who knows what their numbers were looking like way before that, huh?
Well, I mean, you got to think about it. It's in the state of Michoacan. I mean, the state of Michoacan is like many other states.
Cartels as well there?
Yeah, they're fucking. It's a violent. People fucking get killed a lot over there. You know, so for your little rural, tiny little fucking little area to go through 9 killings in 7 whole years, it's not bad. You just hopefully you guys can get some kind of like, you know, like job market there. Where people aren't just unemployed and living in poverty, and that'd be a cool sign. Like, look to the rest of the world. Look what's possible.
Yeah, if you get together and whatnot, I think that's cool. But I think that's a good way to end it, dude.
It's a good way to end it.
If you guys agree with whatever we talked about, if you guys have any insight on what we talked about too,
what do you think?
Like, what was the guy's name again?
Who?
The defector from China.
Oh, let me see.
Because I think that was a very interesting story that Jay mentioned.
Wei Jingchen.
He might have made up the name. But if you guys have any more insight on that, or if you guys might know anybody that participated or was a part of the community in Cheran, or anything that we talked about, let us know. But we hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And we'll see you guys in the next one. We were your host, Sickly.
J40.
Peace.